Thank you very much, Aoife. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar, The Introduction to Non-Foil Gas Protection. So a little bit about Visqueen, if you didn't know who we are. Visqueen are a leading provider in manufacturing and supply of damp proofing, structural waterproofing, and ground gas protection systems. We provide support at every stage from initial inquiry through to site installation. This includes supplying product information, guidance details, specification, and information on the application of our products. All of our technical team have achieved the CSSW accreditation, which is Certified Surveyor in Structural Waterproofing. So this means that we understand the challenges and offer solutions with regards to waterproofing, if that is required. So we are a UK-based manufacturer, got 3 sites across the UK. They are located in Dumfries, in Rimney, and in Heanor in Derbyshire. Whilst we're here today to discuss our new non-foil gas protection range, we also supply DPMs, so damp-proof membranes, damp-proof coursers, fire protection products, structural waterproofing products, gas protection products, and air and vapor control products. So we've got you covered pretty much throughout the whole building. Our dedicated technical team is available to assist you with all your project requirements. We provide technical assistance through design-based solutions. At Visqueen, we're aligned with the Building Safety Act. Our technical team regularly presents CPD seminars to specifiers, and currently the available CPD topics include radon protection, gas protection, and structural waterproofing. So please get in touch if you feel that any of those would be worthwhile for you. Our commercial team is here to support you as needed, ensuring operational excellence. We have an extensive UK supply chain network, which you are a part of. The commercial team manages projects and project pricing, as well as rebate agreements for our distribution partners and end users. So, who are our commercial and technical team? Laura is our National Sales Manager, and Tia is our National Business Development Manager. Laura and Tia's primary responsibilities include supporting project pricing and tracking, developing distribution relationships, increasing market share, and adapting strategies based on market feedback. In March of this year, we opened our technical office. The main role of the technical office is to provide prompt responses to customer inquiries, offer guidance on product application and installation, and deliver project support. Located in Heanor, Derbyshire, is our Visqueen Training Academy that offers a range of short duration, standard and customised training courses, as well as practical workshops for our customers, clients and end users. So please contact the technical office if you have any specific training requirements, and we can discuss those and hopefully get something booked in for you. Our technical support managers offer a comprehensive coverage across the UK and Ireland. The team possesses extensive knowledge on the entire Visqueen product portfolio and can assist throughout all stages of project, from pre-planning to compliance with the new gateway regime. And just to let you know, in case you are asked by a customer of yours, Visqueen now offers 2 very distinct levels of service. We have our product guidance service, which is a non-chargeable advisory service, providing general product guidance. In this instance, the design responsibility remains with the principal designer. And we have our contract design service, which is a premium chargeable service in which Visqueen assume full responsibility for the design of any waterproofing, gas protection or damp protection requirements for the project. And this is covered under our professional indemnity insurance. So that was a bit about Visqueen. Let's get into why we're here today. So why use non-foil gas protection? So in 2023, NHBC, the National House Building Council, published the NF94 Hazardous Ground Gas Guidance. Up until July of 2025, NHBC utilised their traffic light system for ground gas protection. So you may be familiar with or have heard the terms Amber 1 gas protection or Amber 2 gas protection. As of July 2025, NHBC now refers us to the NF94 Hazardous Ground Gas Protection Guidance when specifying ground gas membranes depending on the risk posed on site. Two key points that we've identified from the NF94 document are that gas membranes used on NHBC registered developments should now be non-foil, so not contain foil. And depending on where the gas membrane is positioned in the floor construction, a minimum membrane thickness is required. So, what do we mean by the minimum membrane thickness being required in certain locations? So hopefully you can all see the image that's over on the right hand of the screen. I'm just going to switch and put my pointer on here so I can highlight for you. So there's three membrane locations that are highlighted in the document. We have type A location, type B location, and type C location. So a type A location is above the structural floor slab, and any gas protection product on an NHBC registered site installed in this location must be a minimum of 400 microns. So the type A location is over here above the structural slab. Hopefully you'll be able to see the red line and the pointer on the screen. A type B location is where the membrane is installed below the structural floor slab. And the minimum thickness requirement for a product in this location is 500 micron. So again, hopefully you'll be able to see my pointer and the red line. This is highlighting where the membrane would be installed below a structural slab. Type C location is where the membrane is installed within the ground. And if a membrane is going to be installed in a type C location, it must have a minimum thickness of 600 microns. So again, over on the diagram, the red line here that you can see in the ground is a type C location. So what products have Visqueen introduced to be suitable for all three of those membrane locations? So we start with Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400. In accordance with the guidance document NF94, Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400 is suitable in a type A location, and that's because it is a 0.4 mil or 400 micron product. The membrane offers protection against radon, carbon dioxide, and methane. It's also a damp-proof membrane, so there's no requirement for additional damp-proof membrane when using the Gas Barrier NF400. Depending on the specification, the membrane can be, the laps of the membrane, can be welded or taped. The roll size is 2.4 meters by 43.5 meters. So you're getting roughly 100 square meters. It's slightly over 100 square meters per roll. And we are in a transition period whereby we will be replacing Visqueen Gas Barrier. So you may know that as the blue and silver membrane with a reinforced grid. We will be replacing that membrane in time with the Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400. We then move on to Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500. This product is suitable in a type A and a type B location in accordance with the NF94 guidance. That's because the membrane is 0.5 mil or 500 micron thick. The product offers protection against radon, carbon dioxide, methane, and volatile organic compounds, so VOCs or hydrocarbons. Again, the product is a damp-proof membrane as well, so there's no requirement for an additional damp-proof membrane. The laps of the membrane can be welded or taped, but this is depending on the specification and the location of the installation. The roll size of the product is 2.4 meters by 43.5 meters, and Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500 has replaced Visqueen Ultimate HC Block. Visqueen Ultimate HC Block was the gold and white membrane that we used to supply, but a little while ago, the Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500 did replace that. And the last membrane within the new range is our Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600. This product is suitable for installation in Type A, Type B, and Type C locations. So this can go above a slab, below a slab, or in the ground. That's because the membrane is 0.6 mil or 600 micron thick. Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600 will provide protection against radon, carbon dioxide, methane, and volatile organic compounds and VOCs. And just like the other two membranes, it's also a damp-proof membrane, so no additional damp-proof membrane needed when using this product. Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600, the laps can be welded or taped, but again, this is dependent on the specification and the location of the installation. And the roll size is 2 meters by 50 meters. The Visqueen Non-Foil Range have all gone through independent testing and have a BDA Agreement certificate, so they have third-party accreditation. They have dual jointing methods, so depending on the specification, the laps can be heat welded or taped. You may have seen from the pictures, as I've just gone through the 3 different membranes, they are transparent, so you do get a good view of the substrate during and post installation. This is quite handy to the contractors that you're selling this product to, because it means that they can, for example, if they're working on an insulated precast flooring system, they'll be able to see where the beams are and ensure that they're not stepping in the wrong area and falling through the floor. Also, with the membranes being transparent, it means that the integrity of the lap can be seen during the installation and the verification. So again, this is beneficial to the contractors that are installing these membranes, because if there's any air bubbles in a tape joint, for example, or if any small areas have been missed during welding, they'll be able to spot those and correct those. Now, our system components for our previous gas membranes did contain foil, so we have also introduced a full range of non-foil system components. So let's have a look at them. So we start with the Visqueen Pro double-sided jointing tape. I'm sure we're all familiar with this, and we've seen it on our shelves in our warehouses. Product is blue in colour, and it's a 50 mil tape by 10 meters. The Visqueen Pro sided jointing tape is to be used if specified with taped lap joints for all 3 of the membranes that we've introduced into our range. We have 2 new sealing tapes, so these are the overlap tapes that seal the joints. We've got our Visqueen NF60 lap tape, which is 60 mil by 45 meters. And we have the Visqueen NF 150 lap tape, which is 150 mil by 10 meters. Now, the NF60 lap tape is for use with the NF 400 product only. The Visqueen NF 150 lap tape can be used with the Visqueen Gas Barrier NF 400, Ultimate Gas Barrier NF 500, and the Ultimate Gas Barrier NF 600, again, depending on the specification and the location that the membrane is being installed in. So if you get an inquiry for one of the new non-foil gas protection membranes, have a look to see if there's any mention of tapes. It might be worth asking your customer if they're going to be taping the joints or if the specification states that they should be welded. And also, if you're keeping these products in stock, it's always worthwhile having the tapes there. So when you get an inquiry or an order, you're ready to go with the full system. Now, the last tape that we have within the new range is the Visqueen NF detailing strip. So that is a 300 mil wide by 10 meter product. It's very, very similar to the Pro detailing strip that I'm sure we all know and we're familiar with. However, this one just doesn't contain foil. If your customer says that they're welding the laps of a membrane or the new membranes that we've spoke about, they might still require, or probably will still require, the NF detailing strip for any corner detailing or pipe penetrations that they might need have on site. A few more system components within the range. If there is a requirement to protect the membrane from follow-on trades or any concrete pull, and there's no insulation being installed directly over the top of the membrane, we have our two protection products here. So we have our Visqueen TreadGuard 1500, which is a protection board, and it is a 1 meter by 2 meter board. And then we have Visqueen TreadGuard 300, which is a protection fleece, and the roll size of that is 2 meters by 75 meters. Where there's pipe penetrations through the membrane, your customer may prefer to seal around them using Visqueen Ultimate top hats. Similarly, at corners and complex junctions, for ease of installation, your customer might prefer to use Visqueen Ultimate preform units. Visqueen Ultimate top hats and preform units are made to order, so dimension sheets will need to be completed and sent over to our sales office for pricing. If you do require a dimension sheet for a Visqueen Ultimate top hat or a Visqueen Ultimate preform unit, they are all available on our website, or if you contact our technical office, we can send them over to you. Now, whilst our non-foil gas protection range has been developed due to the introduction of the NHBC NF94 hazardous ground gas guidance document, the Visqueen NF gas membrane range is suitable for use on non-NHBC registered residential developments. So where there's another structural warranty provider, for example, LABC, Premier Guarantee, somewhere like that. And our products are also suitable for use on non-residential products. So for example, schools, retail projects, healthcare projects, warehouses, and lots of other projects as well. All the membranes in the NF range meets the methane gas transmission rates, so the mass per unit area, and the thickness requirements specified in British Standard 8485 2015 plus A1 of 2019, meaning that Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400, Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500, and Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600 are appropriate for all gas characteristic situations, so CS2 through CS6 for ground gas regimes. The barriers themselves can be installed above or below reinforced cast in situ concrete floor slabs, such as ground bearing, suspended or raft floors, or above precast segmental subfloors, including beam and block floors. So just going to very quickly run through a bit of a case study, a project example of where our new non-foil product has been used on a site. So the project in question was situated in the northwest of England, and there was a requirement to comply with the NHBC NF94 guidance for gas protection. A Visqueen recommend installer based in the northwest was appointed to supply and install the necessary materials. The installer recommended the use of Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400 due to there being a requirement for methane and CO2 protection, which was approved by the client. The feedback we had was that the product not only met the specifications outlined in the NHBC NF94 document, but also offered excellent welding characteristics, facilitating a straightforward installation. They said that additionally, the membrane's translucency allowed for clear visibility of the substrates and the integrity of the welded laps during the installation. So some positive feedback we've received. So, giving you a lot of information, I'm just going to very quickly, for the next minute or so, run through a summary, and then we will jump into the Q&A session. So, our non-foil range. We've introduced 3 new membranes for gas protection. They are Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400, Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500, and Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600. We talked about the NHBC NF94 guidance membrane location and the required minimum thickness for a membrane being installed in all those locations. So as we can see here, our NF400 is suitable for type A locations, Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500 for Type A and Type B. And Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600 is suitable for all 3 locations, so Type A, Type B, and Type C. As we go along, we've got some lovely ticks and crosses, which highlights which gases and contamination vapors that the membrane will protect against. Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400 is a 2.4 by 43.5 meter roll. So as I say, you're getting just over 100 square meters. The product is single wound, so that means that there are no folds or creases within the membrane. And the tapes that go with the Visqueen Gas Barrier NF400 membrane, depending on the specification, are the Visqueen Pro double-sided joint tape and the Visqueen NF60 lap tape. There might also be a requirement for the NF detailing strip. Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF500, again, is a 2.4 by 43.5 meter roll, single wound, and the tapes required, if tape joints are specified, would be Visqueen Pro double-sided joint tape and Visqueen NF150 lap tape, which is missing off there, I do apologise, and also NF detailing strip. And the Visqueen Ultimate Gas Barrier NF600. It's a 2 by 50 meter roll, again single wound, and if it is specified with tape joints, the tapes that would be used are the Visqueen Pro double-sided jointing tape, the Visqueen NF detailing strip, and the Visqueen NF150 lap tape. So thank you very much, guys. I hope that has been useful. We will now pop into the Q&A session. So hopefully you've all popped some questions in that chat section as I've been going through the webinar, and Aoife will jump back on and facilitate that for me.
Thank you very much, Toni. Just as we're waiting for questions to come in via the Q&A box, I just want to let everyone know that there is going to be a follow-up email today, which will have a supporting document within it on the range that was covered, as well as a link to just send us any inquiries you have directly. So there is an opportunity afterwards to also get in contact. Yeah, so at the minute I can't see any questions in the Q&A, so I'll just hold on for another few seconds. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to just pop some poll questions into the chat before you leave. If you could just take the time to answer those, that would be great. Yeah, so it looks like at the minute we haven't got any questions. So what I'll do is I'll just launch these poll questions for you. And then,
I mean, guys, if you think of anything once the webinar ends, then, you know, as Aoife says, there will be the follow-up email where you can send any questions over to us, or contact the technical office. We'll be happy to help with any inquiries that you might have.
We do have one question, Toni, that's just come in.
Fabulous.
Has the NF500 detailing strip been discontinued?
Yes, we will no longer be supplying the NF500 detailing strip.
Yeah. And then we also have another question. Is NF400 suitable as a radon membrane for use in BRE 211?
Yeah. So all of the membranes provide radon protection, and they are all, they all meet the criteria set out in BR 211.
Just hold on for a little bit more time.
That's fine. I mean, whilst we're waiting for questions to come in, we do have our wonderful interactive website. So you are able to go on there. If you do have any inquiries, the data sheets can be downloaded from the website along with the BDA certificates for the products. And there's lots of useful information. In addition, there will be some guidance details for the products as well. So if your customer's not quite sure on the detailing, direct them to our website. If they go onto the guidance details section, we now have sort of a 4-section search criteria where they can enter their different construction types and methods, and that will populate some suitable details for them as well.
Perfect. And then we've just got another question come through asking, do we have EPDs for the new products?
At the moment, we don't have EPDs for any of our products. However, we are hoping in the early part of the new year that they will be available.
Perfect. And and then the next question we've got is, when will the gas barrier be discontinued and stop being specified?
Not 100% sure, I'll be honest, but we will be in contact with you all to let you know when we will stop supplying the Visqueen gas barrier. As I say, the Visqueen gas barrier NF400 provides the same level of protection as the Visqueen gas barrier. It's third-party accredited, so it has the BDA certificate, and it is suitable for use on non-NHBC registered developments and also non-residential projects as well. So we do know that the Visqueen gas barrier, the blue and silver one, is well known within the industry. So we're not just going to pull the rug from under your feet on that one. We will keep you posted.
Yeah. We've got another one through. The document has been produced by the NHBC, which is predominantly a house builder insurance company. Does Visqueen align with the positioning with the membranes on non-NHBC projects?
Yep. So as I mentioned, all 3 products in the NF range meet the criteria that's set out in BS 8485, which is our guidance document for ground gas protection. Also our CIRIO documents for VOC and hydrocarbon protections. So yeah, it meets all the requirements outside of the NHBC NF 94 document too.